Peace. Welcome back to another dope session of HOODIES the podcast. I'm the host, the God Rashidi. Let's go ahead and get into it. We're going to go ahead and name this one right here 10%er. I'm liking that. 10%er. Let me break that down. Y'all heard me say this before. There's 100% of the population. 85% of the people are deaf, dumb, and blind. No knowledge of self. Followers. Then there's 10% of the people, the population, who do have knowledge and do have knowledge of self. Only they use it for personal gain. Deceives the people with guile. Then there's the 5% of the people who get it right off rip. Who knows that this is the matrix. Those are the 5%ers. And no, I'm not a 5%er. But this 10%er's shoe fits. Trust me on that. Walk with me. You got preachers, imams, and woke influencers. All of those are examples of 10%ers. And of course, not all. Okay? If you know, you know. They tell you what you want to hear. Jesus died for you. Don't rob Jesus. Don't you rob Jesus. So you dig in your pocket and peel off some more cash for your offering, your tithes, and whatever else, the building fund, whatever's going on. I'm trying to test your faith. Woke influencers, they hit us with historical things of black past. How black folk need financial wealth. Gotta get rid of those generational curses. Sign up for my class and break that curse. Or, y'all get the point. And I know there's been quite a few YouTube videos, with the same exact issues with this 10%er. And I gotta admit, this brother is good. And the brother I'm talking about is Brother Polite. Alright? I know a lot of you follow him. A lot of you was rocking with him when he was with Sarnetta. I was too. You know what I'm saying? I had customers that would take time off their jobs and go to Harlem and watch them do the verbal jousting and kicking that knowledge back and forth. I learned a lot from those debates. Dead ass. From Brother Polite, the Hebrew Israelite brothers, the Muslim brothers, all of them. Man, what a time. What a time. Over time, right? Michael Eugene Noak, he branched off and started doing his own thing. Right? I've been following him since 2016. Then he started this credit restoration program. And then to get in the program, or if you get in the program, he would somehow get you from 100 to 300K. Right? Plus you get you some credit cards with money so that you could invest, the money, the equity on these credit cards. Right? And there's other features and nuances in this program. Right? But to get access to this program, it's gonna cost you $2,000, right? $2,000. So you start by sending your full name and number to brotherpolite45@gmail.com. Some of you are feeling this right now because you've been there too, right? Some of you might be thinking, well, maybe you responded to a scam page. No, I didn't. I was at least on my square when it came to that. At least for that. I talked to Brother Polite himself. Understand? The Black Bernie Madoff. It's Brother Polite.
Change your life. You could go to brotherpolight45@gmail.com. Leave your full name and your phone number when you're ready to purchase. When you're ready to purchase the $2,000 credit restoration, leave your full name and your phone number. We'll remove negative items off your report, add positive items to your report, boost your credit scores, then leverage your results so that you meet the criteria to be approved for anywhere between $50,000 to $300,000 inside of 60 to 90 business days. You're also going to get a caseworker that's going to be assigned to you, that's going to deal with your credit exclusively and immediately. You're also going to have me at your disposal as your mentor, so when the money's coming in, I can prepare you for the wide range of ways that you may want to invest the money so you could grow it into a larger amount. You're also going to have the website where you can track your results, see the deleted items as they're being removed, the positive items as they're being added, and also You'll be able to see when your money is pending, processing, or when the funding is actually cleared. This costs $2,000. All we ask for in the aftermath of what we do is 10% of any money we help you get that you do not have to pay back. Yes, we'll also help you get credit cards, and that'll amount to over $500,000 in equity. Credit cards, that's stuff you pay back when you use your credit cards. But you'll get really powerful credit cards, like smart credit cards, the type that you don't get late fees for, no late penalties. You'll also get the type of credit cards where you could turn off the credit reporting to your benefit.
Right? Okay, so the reason why I wanted to go this route with the credit restoration or whatever is so that I could add to what I got popping now in terms of setting myself up for retirement. I also wanted to invest in like a 15 passenger van for my mentoring program, the Skill Youth Chess Club, so I can take them on field trips and so forth like that. And then I had some things, prepared for me and my lady to kind of go on top of what I'm already, making happen, right? So I figured, if I play this right, with the 100 to 300K plus the equity from the credit cards, if I play this right and invest in the other courses that he was offering, if I play this right, I could retire earlier than I expected. You know what I'm saying? Sooner than I had planned. I had some things planned with that. Anyway, and I figured Brother Polite could help me make all of that a reality. Retiring early and all of that. All right? So let's get into it. I sent him my name and number. I sent it to brotherpolite45gmail.com. Right? I send it to him. He texts me. He texted me and said that he'll call me in 15 minutes. It was more like 30, but he did call me. Right? So I answer the ring. I answer the phone. He's like, "Yo, it's Brother Polite." He said, you purchasing the credit restoration program? Cool. He then sends me a Zelle address to send the $2,000 to. Right? But for whatever reasons, my Navy Fed app on my phone wasn't really being responsive. So I asked him if it was a Cash App or something like that. So he sends me that address. Right? After he sends me the link, if you notice, the Zelle link and the Cash App link you can pretty much tell that it's the same person. It's the same person, and neither is Brother Polite. I assume that maybe, that was somebody who worked with him, like an assistant or something like that and such, right? I send the $2,000 to that Cash App address, and then while still on the horn with him, while still on the phone, he texts me. I'm on the phone with him and he texts me. Some additional stuff. Download the Credit Karma app, the Identity IQ app, stuff like that, and also send. Feeling dumber and dumb about a minute. Also send a copy of my driver's license. Right? I send that. I send it. And then we get off the horn, this, that, and the third. So then I text him and asked him. It took him a little minute. Asked him if he got the items. He said, yeah, he did. Indicating, because he wouldn't take none of that unless he had received the money. Right? So he texted me and let me know that all those things were received. That was December 26, 2022. On December 31st, New Year's Eve, which is also day 6 of Kwanzaa, Kumba, right? So I text him that morning on my way here, right? On my way here to the shop, and I text him that morning. I said, so when's the turnaround in terms of a caseworker getting in touch with me, right? He texts me back right after that, right? He texts me back. He says, no later than tomorrow. That was a little suspect because I'm thinking tomorrow is New Year's Day. You gonna call me on New Year's Day? But I was like, well, it's his program. He can do what he want to do, right? It's his program. Shit, you don't question the white man like that. You know what I'm saying? Won't you let the brother cook? That's what I'm saying to myself. Right? I'm, for the most part, doing most of the fuckery to myself. So I looked past it. I also got no call from a caseworker. On the 2nd of January, 2023, he called me that night and he says that he got me access to 210 grand. 210 grand. It's 210,000, and that I'll get that 210 grand in 65 days. Or I can pay him 650 at that time and get that 210 grand in 3 weeks. Right? So at first I said, I'll wait. But I still asked him, would I be able to tap into getting it faster at another time if I wanted to? So he replies to me and said, you should be able to. Suspect again. I mean, I should be able to. This is your program. What you mean? What we talking about? That was suspect. Right? Okay. So it's funny though, right? Because that same night I get into it with my lady. Right? I get into it with my lady and I was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and get this money because, she bugging. Let me go ahead and get this money and make some moves. You understand? So on the 4th, on January 4th, 2023. Make sure I'm covering the label. Man. All right. What was I? Yeah. So on the 4th of January, I text Brother Polite and asked him, how much did you say it was to get the money faster? Then he called me. Quick, fast, in a hurry. I pick up, and he says right away, 650. We stay on the horn long enough for me to send the money. This time it was a different Cash App. It was June the 1st. I sent the 650 to that Cash App. Right? And he said before we got off the horn, he said, I'm going to start working on the paperwork in like 15 minutes, King. You know what I mean? So as far as I'm concerned, from that phone call was when the countdown began. The 3 weeks countdown began. Right? So in this 3 weeks, I'm visualizing all the good things I can do with this 210 grand. And that's just for starters, because I'm supposed to get the credit cards with the equity and all that and invest and make some moves. Right? So I start thinking about all the things I could do. Right? So on the 3rd week, right, I reach out. Like, peace. I'm just checking the status. I get no response. I text several times. I get no response. I want to say this was on a Wednesday, January 25th. It's my estranged brother's birthday. You know what I'm saying? I got in my head, cool out, fam. Cool out, son. You know what I'm saying? It's just the 3rd week. You being impatient. Chill out. Maybe you might take a 4th week or something. But, saying to myself, stop being impatient. But on Friday, I called the number. I called it. It went to voicemail twice. Okay, I called twice and went to voicemail twice. And listen, I'm going to give myself a little bit of credit, right? It didn't take me long to realize that I had been finessed, that I had been scammed. It didn't take me too long. You know what I'm saying? But this was Friday when I called and then went to voicemail twice. So that Saturday, right? That Saturday, I think Saturday afternoon, I get a text. Peace, King. I will update tonight. And I ain't gonna front, man. I ain't gonna front at all. I was relieved. Because I thought to myself, okay, I wasn't scammed. You know what I'm saying? Because why would a scammer keep in touch with you? Why would a scammer keep in touch with you? You got my money. You got my 2650 right off into the sunset. Go. Why are you still keeping in touch with me? So I'm saying this to myself, so I'm relieved. Because I'm like, oh, man, what's up? I wasn't scammed. Because why would a scammer keep in touch with me, right? Why would a scammer keep in touch? You got the money. What the fuck you doing? I wouldn't. But anyway. If I was a scammer. But anyway. I got no update. He didn't make good on what he texted me. So that Monday, boom, I'm like, yeah, this is a finesse. This is a finesse. So I text him and I said, look, I never got a caseworker like you said I would. I never got an update like you said I would. And I see now that I ain't gonna see a dime from that $26.50 that I sent for quote unquote credit restoration. And that I learned a valuable lesson from this. Notice how I ain't like, scamming ass. Notice, because what's the point? What's the point? That's not gonna get me my money back. That's not gonna change the situation. So the next day, I get a text from Brother Polite saying, in response to my last text, right? No, King, I will check in today. Let me see what's going on. You know what I mean? And you can see my reply. I'm like, man, knock it off. Knock it off. You know what I'm saying? Because I know damn well he ain't gonna check on shit. You ain't gonna check on shit. Because it ain't shit to check on. You ain't gonna check on a goddamn thing. And I ain't heard nothing since. I ain't expect to. Okay? I got finessed out of $26.50 from Brother Polite. Michael Eugene Noak. Right? But I will say this again. It could have been worse. You know what I'm saying? It could have been my last chunk of change. It could have been. You understand? I didn't send my last chunk of change. I put a little something to the side. I was like, all right, I'm going to use this right here because I call myself doing something different. Let me go ahead and do something different and put this money in a program, you know, that's not going to take forever. Right? So sending that money didn't stop nothing from popping off in my life. So, but the point is, do not give your money to this man. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna get what you think you gonna get. You know what I'm saying? Well, what you'll get is nothing. Nothing. And look, I don't know if he helps a certain amount of people and then scams the others. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Or I don't know if he pays people to say, yeah, you know, Brother Polite helped me he fixed my credit. You know, I seen the add-ons, I seen the deletions, I seen my credit score go up and yada yada, all this other shit. Maybe he's paying them to say that. I don't know. Maybe he helped some and scammed some. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But trust me when I tell you, this shit is a farce. It's a farce. There is no caseworker. There is no mentor to show you how to invest your money. It's all a finesse. Don't give that man your money. You know what I'm saying? And then of course now I went digging and I saw that there's mad other people who got finessed too. They got scammed too. You know what I'm saying? And listen, every experience was lock and step just like mine. You know how like when you go to Amazon and you buy items and like right before you buy the product, you know, you scroll down to the comment section, and then in the comment section, you know, there's some people who will say this product sucks, or, you know, I love this product, or the battery stopped working after a day, or it stopped working after a year, or the box was open when I got the package, etc., etc. You know, a mixed bag of comments. Not with Brother Polite. Every comment about his so-called program is the same all across the board. All across the board, fam. And look, anybody that's on his that comments on his pictures on Instagram, and then, you know, in the comments saying things like, teach him, King. Yo, they hating on you, King. Get him, Poe. Lambo Poe. Rolls Royce Diaries. Apparently they ain't never spent no money with that man. Y'all just in the comment sections. Y'all are just there. Y'all just there. Y'all ain't really supporting whatever he's got going on. Y'all are just enamored off what he's saying. And quite a few people were enamored off the knowledge that he kicked. And listen, so was I. So was I. It's quacking like a duck, fam. In fact, all of them are perpetrating a fraud. What's going on with the Hidden History Museum? I donated to that cause through Indiegogo. If you know, you know. And listen, I know it's supposed to be in Los Angeles. I went to the site. I went to the website too. I know it's supposed to be in Los Angeles, but where? Where? You know what I'm saying? Now, you go to these sites and there's a bunch of jargon, but there's no address. Here's the building. Why is there no address? And listen, you know, regardless of what I'm saying right now, I hope it opens. The last thing I want to see is another 10% of finesse the people. I just find it strange that there's no address for a building that's clearly here. And whatever happened to the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy? The Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy. What happened? I donated to that too. Back in 2015. I think I donated to that a couple times. Many people have donated. And if you look into that, you'll see that, yeah, there's a website. And yeah, it's supposed to be in Delaware. But where? There's no address. You know what I'm saying? Then, you know, I was on Google and I stumbled on some document in reference to the alleged academy. Looks like a cease and desist order. You can screenshot this and read it for yourself. The date up top says March. Look, I don't know the procedure when it comes to opening up a museum or a school, but I'm assuming you got to start with a building. And the building's going to be located somewhere. Something's just not adding up. If y'all know something, hey, do me a favor and hit me in the comment section, so I can be corrected. Because them donations been coming in for years. For years. You understand? I smell a finesse. Don't be like me, man. Don't be like me. And what's crazy is that I'm a stickler for putting in the work. I'm a stickler for that. I don't like the idea of wanting to make it all the way to the top, you know, while doing the least amount of work. Hey, and if I'm keeping it real, I may have been a little guilty of that in this situation here. Wanting a quick fix to my credit. You know what I'm saying? The lesson is, I can get access to that information about credit restoration on my own. You know what I mean? I'm always talking about, hey, it comes down to how bad do you want it? Well, apparently I wanted it bad enough to spend $26.50. But I suppose the real work is doing it for yourself. I could have invested in some books and learned about that shit on my own. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, but the polite. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure how he's able to walk around as freely as he does, or as freely as he seems to walk around, because that could be a farce too. You know what I mean? Because he's ripped off so many people, and he just walks around so freely, just walking around, doing lives. You know what I mean? And what seems to be in different places, Miami, New York. I may have even seen him in Dubai. You know, on his feed and his stories, stuff like that. Or it seems that he's doing that. That could be a farce too. That could be part of the image, part of the whole thing. Yeah, man, keep your money in your pocket. Or again, invest in some books and get the knowledge up yourself. Shit, that's how you really manifest change. Put the work in yourself. I'm talking to myself when I say this. So yeah, man, your favorite woke influencers are 10%ers. They got the knowledge, sure, they got it, but their hearts are not genuine. They seek to use their knowledge for their own personal gain. And rip your ass off, fam. Yeah, rip your ass off. That's how they get you. You understand? These are people who went to do some research on some things that we probably either can't or just won't look up for ourselves. From preachers to imams to woke influencers. They put in the work knowledge wise, but we don't, and then finesse us with it. You understand? They will rip your ass off. You know? And listen, y'all can go ahead and get in the comment section. Go ahead. Go in on me. You should have got a contract first, man. How you let that happen, fam? See, that's why. See, niggas be looking for a leader. I wasn't looking for no leader. I was looking for. I like what the brother says. He appeared to live a lifestyle. He appeared to say some things that could benefit me. You know what I'm saying? But go ahead in the comments. Have at it, man. Have at it. Duality. What's the saying? As it is above, so it is below. Hey, I can be smart and dumb. You know what I'm saying? And now comes the daunting task of trying to get my money back. $10%ers, man. 10%ers. I'm the God Rashidi. This is Hoodies, man. Hey.